spread out, sit comfortably.
There's some bench over here.
Yes. Nandini, if you wish, you can sit on the bench if necessary. Yeah, sit comfortably. Sometimes when I show some books, you will have to see whether I am showing properly or not.
Make the volume a little higher. He doesn't have to screen.
Ma.
You've been gone a long time, Swamiji.
Yeah, it's the first time in 1.5 years
Yeah.
that we have
This is the first gathering, the first time Swamiji.
I came February 2020.
gathering.
Sit so that you cannot block him. Yeah. Ready? He Ramakrishna Madhuram Tava Satcharitram Tvat Punya Nama Madhuram Tadangam Sambhashanam Cha Madhuram Cha Ganam Tat Kim Janna Madhuram Bhavati Tvadiyam. O Ramakrishna, your life story is sweet. Your name is sweet. Your body, your form is beautiful. Your conversation, your song are sweet. Louise, is there anything about you which is devoid of sweetness? Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. Peace, peace, peace be unto all. As you know, we do Satsang in summer in Kali Mandir when I come to California once a week. Due to this COVID, we did not have this satsang for a long time, but Swami Chetanananda conducts satsang regularly. Today our satsang will be on the book which I worked, Sri Ramakrishna, A Divine Life in Pictures. You will see the book, but you will have to know the background of that book. The importance of this pictorial biography. In 2018, in summer, I worked 10 weeks and made the format. 10 weeks. But it took 2.5 years to make the book ready for print. When you read the preface of this book, you will know what is in my mind. Sri Ramakrishna is an avatar, God in human form. An avatar comes with a mission. And he does not come alone. He comes with a group of people who will work for him. Actually, it is a divine drama. And in the drama, we need all types of characters. All good characters cannot form a drama. All bad characters also cannot form a drama. It needs good and bad, friction. That is the way drama comes. Only happiness will not work. Misery, happiness, it should be mixed. When we read the Ramayana and Mahabharata, we find Rama is fighting with Ravana, Krishna is fighting with all the demons, Pandava and Kurus, they are fighting. The evil, good and evil, they are always fighting. This good and evil actually is within all of us. An unseen warfare is continuously going on inside us. Sometimes our good tendency is up, sometimes our bad tendency is up. So we are fighting. This book is very, very important. I remember when Swami Vidyatmananda, John Yell from Hollywood, went to India in 1963. He stayed in Kamarpur for months. He had a desire to tell the Western people Sri Ramakrishna's teachings through pictures. So he went to the villages and took all those pictures and made the issue in Vedanta in the West, 171 issue. Western people cannot visualize the Sri Ramakrishna's teachings because this Indian village, their activities are different than the Western imagination. I first joined the monastery, and one Swami, Swami Yogatmananda, Mahapurush Maharaj's disciple, went to Kailash, and he had a camera. And he presented that camera to me, but next week he took it back. So I said, Maharaj, I did not ask you, gave and you took it away. Yes, I took it away, your camera, for a specific reason. You just joined the monastery. And if I give you the camera, it is a very expensive hobby. You will have to buy films, and you will have to develop, you will have to do this, that. You will have to beg money from the devotees. That I do not want. That is the reason I took away my camera. I said, Maharaj, you saved me. You saved me. Then I became the in charge of the photo department. I do not know what camera is, and I never took photo. But I became a photo specialist. I wanted to do research of Sri Ramakrishna, how he looked. Later on I found Thakur's pictures are distorted. It hurt me. So, it is very interesting that how photos captured my mind, photography, from 1960. Last 61 years I am doing research on Ramakrishna's photo, still now. Two things are unique in Ramakrishna's incarnation, gospel and photograph. No divine incarnations have the photograph. Rama, Krishna, Buddha, Jesus, Chaitanya, we see paintings, we see sculptures. They came from the imagination of the artists, sculptors. But Ramakrishna's pictures came through camera. Camera never speaks lie. It will show you exactly how you look. That is the first thing we have. Second, gospel. It came from M's diary. The time, place, days, the people attended, what Ramakrishna taught, everything he recorded and he wrote in his diary. Later on, he developed that diary and made the Gospel of Ramakrishna 1,000 pages. It is the unique book in the religious history in the world. But those books you see, you can read and you can listen, but you cannot visualize. But this you will visualize. If I tell you the stories of Ramayana, if I sing Ramayana, you will get an effect. But when you see Ramananda Sagar's the television series of Ramayana, you will be excited. You can see action. That is the focus I try to put in this book. You see, you read, and you visualize. In the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 11, verse 54, Krishna said, Bhakta tu ananya shakya aham evam vido arjuno gyatum drashtum cha tattena pravishtum cha parantapa. Only through undivided love, ananya bhakti, one-pointed devotion, can do three things to the devotees. First, gyatum, you can know. Drashtum, you can see. Pravishtum, you can enter God. These three things you will find in this book. You will be able to know Ramakrishna, you will be able to see Ramakrishna, and you will be able to enter Ramakrishna. But Swami, how can we enter Ramakrishna? Gyatum we understand, to know about Ramakrishna's life, stories, message, we know. Drashtum, oh, we saw his picture. But Pravishtum, how can we enter? There true religion begins. How? The more you meditate, and the more you think, when you see these pictures and life stories and Deva and Devas and the persons, God will enter inside you. Ramakrishna will enter inside you. As Girish Ghosh used to say, you people are trying to think of God, I am trying to forget Him. He is giving me deep trouble. I want to forget God. He possessed me in such a way I cannot function. I cannot act, I cannot write. As if I am possessed by a ghost. In Christianity, that is called Pentecostal fire. That Pentecost, that Holy Ghost possesses, that will happen when you pravishtum, when God enters inside you. Very interesting how a book can help you. Then I shall tell you the photos, the history of Ramakrishna's photos. We see 3 photos of Sri Ramakrishna. The first photo was taken in 1879 at the Lily Cottage, Keshav Sen's house in Brahma Festival. Keshav arranged Brahma Festival, invited Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna went there. And then with Chiranjeev Sharma, he started to sing devotional songs. Sri Ramakrishna was very fond of singing. So while listening the songs, Sri Ramakrishna would say, Om, 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 Om. All of a sudden he got up and went into Samadhi. And his nephew, Hriday, grabbed him. Otherwise he will fall. At that time, Keshav arranged photographers to photograph the festival, asked, take the picture of Sri Ramakrishna. That is the reason we got the first Samadhi picture of Sri Ramakrishna standing surrounded by the Brahma devotees. The second photograph came in 1881. Sri Ramakrishna was a very curious person and very a lot of curiosity. He wanted to know, could you tell me how photos are taken? So Shurendra, his devotee, took him to Radha Bazar, Bengal photographer stores, and the cameraman was explaining, this is the photo, this is the negative, here's an emulsion called silver nitrate, a picture, this comes here, and then you can make any number of prints you like. But that emulsion is necessary. Immediately Sri Ramakrishna went into Samadhi. But if you are on your heart, there is a very layers of devotion, then this Ramakrishna's picture will be imprinted on your heart. And Sri Ramakrishna merged into Samadhi. The third picture was taken in the north in 1884, in the northwest corner of the Vishnu temple in Dakshineshwar. Bhavanath wanted a photo of Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna said, no. He won't allow anybody to take a photo. But he secretly brought a cameraman, and Swamiji was there, and he told Swamiji, we shall manage. Swamiji took Sri Ramakrishna and talked, and then went to Vishnu temple and sat on the pedestal. And Swamiji was talking, all of a sudden Sri Ramakrishna went into Samadhi. Immediately Swamiji asked the photographer, right now, take the picture. So he set the tripod, as you remember at that time there's a box camera, you will have a black cloth put inside and see it is a glass negative. So he was peeping and he saw Sri Ramakrishna seated there. So he put Sri Ramakrishna's chin out, so Sri Ramakrishna's body became like a cotton, it goes up. Swamiji shouted, don't touch his body. Take the picture right now. That is the shine photograph you see, shine photograph. We seated, cross-legged, that is the worship picture we sell. So that is the story of Sri Ramakrishna's third photograph. Sri Ramakrishna, seeing that photograph, says, এটা উচ্চ যোগাবস্থার ছবি, ঘরে ঘরে এর পুজো হবে। This picture is a very high yoga state, and this picture will be worshipped in many homes. Who started to first Ramakrishna worship? Holy Mother. In Nahabad. One day Sri Ramakrishna came and said, "Hello, what are you doing?" "Oh, you're worshipping." "All right, give me some flowers." He also worshipped his own picture. The fourth picture was taken by Ramchandra Datta. He arranged a photographer and took the picture. Sri Ramakrishna said, "Huh? Do I look so angry?" So, they threw away that. When Ram understood that Master did not approve that picture, he threw away the picture and the negative, everything into the Ganges. Two more pictures came on Sri Ramakrishna when he passed away. The Dr. Mahendralal Sarkar gave 10 rupees, the photo for Sri Ramakrishna's photos. Those photos we do not show. But in this book, we covered Sri Ramakrishna's body with flowers. So these are the stories of the Sri Ramakrishna's 5 photographs. Then my adventure of this photography, as I said, I did not know, I became the head of the photo department. But these studio people taught me gradation of paper, how photo is washed, all the chemicals, all these things they taught me. So I became a specialist. Then I had a picture, pretty clear, I brought to Hollywood and took to Caltech. Do you know why? They can magnify millions of times. I wanted to see exactly what Ramakrishna's eyes look like. Sometimes we see closed eyes, sometimes open eyes, sometimes half closed. I exactly want to know how his eyes looked. I have a bunch of that papers from Caltech. My goodness, they are fantastic. They work for NASA. Then from Hollywood, I went to India in 1977. Every time I went to India, 40 to 50 rolls of Kodachrome film, 64 ASA, 36 exposures. 40 to 50 rolls, 2-3 cameras. Kamarpukur, Janamati, Dakshineshwar, Belur Math. Wherever I travel, slides. This way I went to 1982, 86, 90, 93, 96, 97, 2001, 2002, 2007. Up to this I have slides, nearly 10,000. Those slides are digitalized by Louise. You won't believe that those slides, how he saved and protected. Those slides became the source of this book. When you will read 1977, that means my pictures. We want to color a color picture. You see, at that time only black and white. But our graphic artist, Diane Marshall, he put black and white picture, he put duotone. He injected another color there. It's amazing that you will not see black and white. Photoshop can do miracles. Anyhow, then I, of course, digital camera, and I collected photo from Vrindavan, Benares, all over India, and Belur archives, Advaita Ashram archives, Udbodhan archives. Thousands and thousands of photographs. We did research. Moreover, Diane collected photos from Library of Congress, British Museum, Internet, Victoria Memorial Hall. She collected, through correspondence she collected. Some photos we had to pay, copyright. In this way, we worked on this project. God bless Internet. I meditated on Ramakrishna's life and divine play and made the contents with chapters. When you see a page, do you know how I'm just telling you the background so that you may understand how this book came into existence. First, I see a picture. Then I meditate on this picture, that what caption will go. Then I put the story which will depict that picture. So first photo, then caption, then text. In this way, it will go. And first I made the contents. There are 13 chapters are there in this book. Birth and early life of in Kamarpukur, Calcutta and Dakshineshwar, return to Kamarpukur and marriage, Sri Ramakrishna's spiritual journey, pilgrimage to holy places, the stage for Ramakrishna's divine play, and expedition to Calcutta, meeting savants of India, calling the devotees, training the torchbearers. Towards the end, his spirit continues to flow, sacred mementos of Sri Ramakrishna. These are the 13 chapters of this book. Now, I am not an artist, but I can visualize that this photo, then I had to type each page. Suppose chapter 1, page 2, chapter 1, page 3. Each page I had to type, so that my graphic artist will not have to work hard. He will put photo, visualize, and he will put the caption. I had to do every supply to inner hand. Nobody trained me, just Sri Ramakrishna trained me. He gave me the ideas, imagination, common sense, and the strength. He engaged some talented American devotees who worked in this project. It is a teamwork. Moreover, I have a wonderful team. I visualize that each chapter in the beginning there will be a biography. First you will see the biography I wrote. In that timeline, what I cannot say, which is not in the picture, that I want to say in the biography. In this way, all 13 chapters I have to write. Of course, my editors, Kim, Chris, and what is called Linda Prue, Shuddhatma Prana, they edit. Diane did the typesetting and design, layout, designing, and George did the remaining work. Anyhow, one thing I want to tell you, first another thing, first I see the cover. This cover is Dakshineshwar temple garden as the background, and Sri Ramakrishna's that 1981 photographs, studio portrait. I wanted to see this is the place where Sri Ramakrishna plays his divine play for 30 years. And Sri Ramakrishna is coming from the Ganges to sanctify the whole humanity. In the back I wrote that in the pictorial journey, tracing the spiritual footsteps of Ramakrishna through rural Bengal to British Calcutta and into the sacred precincts of the Dakshineshwar temple garden, using a wide variety of archival prints and photographs from the 19th century up to the present. Ramakrishna's life and message and his divine play with his disciples and devotees are vivid and living in these 639 images. These rare and evocative images will help readers to meditate on him with open eyes. I did not bring that, what is called that, we made a pamphlet that there I mentioned it. And do you know what? Some things you people have to understand that how the printing goes. This is we use cloth. I do not like cheap that, then it will break here. I do not like that kind of job. This printer, Prisons in Canada, one of the best printers in the United States of America. Then, generally, do you know what do they do? These are called, they call it end sheet. Generally, these pages come white. Generally, most of the books you see, end sheets are white. I said, no, we shall put, can you see to the camera, can you see? Camera can see? So, what I wanted to see, first is Kamarpuku Jarambati. In front, there is a pond. Next is Dakshineshwar, temple garden. In front, Ganges. Then you can see right side, this is Kashipur garden house. In front, there is a pond. Then this is Belur Math. This is Char Dham, the 4 important places of Sri Ramakrishna. Anyhow, now I shall tell you a little bit from my preface. It is said that a picture is worth 1,000 words. This pictorial biography of Ramakrishna depicts hundreds of scenes where the master narrated his life story and his spiritual experiences, encountered various kinds of people, sang and danced, laughed and cut jokes, and taught his disciples. These pictures and the accompanying narratives will connect readers with the Master and thus deepen our meditation. As I said, Ramakrishna's companions in the divine play came from all levels of society. He enlisted saints and sinners, agnostics and atheists, devotees and gyanis, rich and poor, drunkards and prostitutes, critics and hypocrites, actors and singers, students and teachers, judges and lawyers, the doctors and the scholars, among others. Thakur, when you read the Gospel of Ramakrishna, you will see how Thakur is dealing with all kinds of people. How we can increase devotion? How can we increase love for God? You see, the story I told you, that when Sri Ramakrishna went to the studio and the cameraman explained the silver night as the layer of devotion in the heart. So, what is in my mind, I remember in our village, do you know how do they make mango pulp? I saw my mother how she used to make mango pulp. Plenty of mangoes, mango will be rotted. So they squeeze the mango juice, and they put a mat or something like that, and then they put one layer first day and put in the sun. But you can see that mat. Next day, another layer. Still you can see. Next day, another layer. and then put in the sun. Then when the mango pulp becomes this much of thick and dried up, at that time you cannot see the mat. At that time they take a knife and cut and keep it in a container so that all the year round you can enjoy mango pulp. Amshatto. That is the way they will. So you completely the mat is covered. So when your mind is completely covered with the layers of devotion one after another, that imprint of Sri Ramakrishna or God will be there. Just like you people paint. Rough wood, one layer, one coat, prime, another coat. Now, say a third coat. In this way you put coat after coat and then the wood will be protected and looks good. So what was in my mind that these 639 times, if you see the photo, who see the photo? See the photo. But 639 impressed layers will definitely put Ramakrishna inside you. Probistum, that I was trying to tell you, how Ramakrishna will enter inside you. Very interesting that you know why I put so many pictures. And when the pictures will come, you will think, you will visualize. Those who have visited Kamarpuku, Janamaji, Belurma, Dakshineshwar, it should be easy for them. Another thing came to my mind. I remember Disney's Vice President, Mr. John Hens, presented me a carousel projector. I have a slide tray. In the slide tray, I put my slides and then I used to give slideshow. Because when I was in Hollywood, I was thinking that these people will never be able to go to India. So I shall bring India to them. So I have 2 trays of Dakshineshwar, 2 trays of Belurma, 2-3 trays of Kamarpuku Janambati. I used to show these pictures on the screen and I used to explain to them. That way I used to take their minds to Kamarpuku Dakshineshwar Belurma. So these things I did it here. This book, those who have never visited India, sitting in your living room and in the couch, you open it, you will be able to see Ramakrishna, you will be able to travel Ramakrishna, you will be able to meditate on Ramakrishna, sitting in your living room in America. That was in my mind. Sometimes when you sit for meditation, your mind is not working. Down, depressed. Open this book. You will get instant boost. It is amazing that how pictures and the stories help. I wrote a story of from the just called in the Bhagavatam. Human beings cherish sweet and joyful memories. Devotees of God love to think of their beloved Lord. They cannot help it. Krishna left Vrindavan and went to Mathura, but he sent his cousin and disciple Uddhava to console his foster parents, Nanda and Jashoda, and his devotees. On behalf of the people of Vrindavan, Nanda expressed their feelings of Uddhava. Oh my dear, all our activities stop when we think of Krishna's heroic deeds, his boyish playfulness, his loving glances, his sweet smile, and his charming words. Our minds are absorbed in Krishna when we see his playground, the banks of the Yamuna, Govardhan Hill, the forest of Vrindavan, all of which were touched by the blessed feet of Krishna. So, that thing will happen. Your mind will be with Sri Ramakrishna. Now, I shall tell you a few things about some photos. Some highlights. I described to you the cover and the 4 places in the end sheet. In 1982, I was told that Brujokishore Sinha, the curator of Victoria Memorial Hall, British Museum in Calcutta, went to Udbodhan, mother's house, and took the picture of that original print which was taken in 1884, and mother used to worship it. That picture's negatives he made. Because they will not allow that picture to the studio to make it, because it is in the shrine, but he took it. Then I went to him and said, I remember 32 Ashutosh Mukherjee Road. I found an elderly person with a moustache. I told him, I want to see Brujokishore Sinha. I am Brujokishore Sinha. I heard that you have those negatives which you took about Ramakrishna from Udbodhan. I shall be very happy if you lend it to me. I shall go to Bombay Photo Store, the best photographic stores in Calcutta, and make some prints, and I shall return your negative. No, you not have to return. Those negatives are yours. You take them. I got it just like heaven. I took those 3 negatives and ran to Bombay Photo Stores. Their manager was my friend, Mr. Nair. I come, make prints for me. Then he made the print. Then I'm talking about 1982. Then I came to Hollywood. I think Japan Airlines. Then, as soon as I came to Hollywood, I called Mr. Hens, John Hens. He is the vice president of Disneyland. He was the right hand of Walt Disney. And he makes all these Mickey Mouses. He died in 2004. I stayed in their cottage 20 years in Laguna. I told John, I brought the negative. Now you will have to work on it. I want to give best photograph of Sri Ramakrishna to the devotees. All right, sure. He took 2 years to make the photograph of Sri Ramakrishna. This is the face of John Hens's work. Full picture also is there. I shall show you. You will see it. For page 14. Anyhow, that is the Ramakrishna's face. Full figure is there, of course. There we wanted to show the face. Then I'm just trying to tell you some highlights. Ramakrishna's face. Lauri told me, his wife, Swami, he bought one brush with one hair so that he can preserve Sri Ramakrishna's beard. You see, these people animate all these movies you see in the movie, Disney movie. These people was behind the animation. I remember once I went to Disney studio in Burbank. Uncle John, I want to see the studio, what you do. Should we come? Uncle, I'd like to see animation. Then I said, when I was young, I saw only one English movie in my life while I was in Calcutta. At the age of 35, I came to this country. I saw only one movie. So I told my friend, I do not like some English movies, this and that, But I shall take you to a movie where there is no woman's character. I think that will be good. What I saw? 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Captain Nemo and Nautilus. Fantastic movie I saw. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. The Jules Verne scientific fiction, That movie I liked. Arjun, did you see 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea? Hey, Rent! Sorry. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Dad and Mom. But have a movie. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Then I said, then he was laughing. Oh, Swami. Then he showed me a tank. That whole movie was taken in our studio here. I don't know how. But we took some ocean shots, but most of the things are done here. And he was the animator of that movie. All the octopus capturing, something. It's a fantastic movie. Anyhow. We saw rural Bengal, 14 black and white, and 93 photos of the mango tree. 23, Ramakrishna Samadhi dying, 23. This is giant digit, that seeing the crane, but giant says it is egrets. Sri Ramakrishna went to Samadhi, it is her work. That seeing bring a black cloud, white crane. Sri Ramakrishna was eating puffed rice and went into Samadhi, fell down. That is the first time, 5-6 years old, that is the time he had Samadhi. This mango orchard, where Sri Ramakrishna used to make drama and with his friend. When in 1936, Sri Ramakrishna centenary time, they took some pictures. There are quite a few mango trees are there. When I went, I saw only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 77. Now, that place is school and college and gone. Now they are planting some new trees. They bought a piece of land. They are now trying to create a new mango orchard there. But that is gone. Then mango orchard, British Calcutta. Then of course the seeds. The sword of Kali. Of course, the sword of Kali is a job I got from Swami Vidyatmana, the Johnny. He took, we do not dare to measure how tall Ma Kali is. Say, Baba, you are going to measure with a tape how tall Ramakrishna. American can do that. 33.5 inches tall. In Dakshina Belur Math, Ramakrishna's statue, 3 feet tall. It is a life statue, marble, Italian marble. Amazing. So all these details you will find in this book. Then Ramakrishna's room. Here you will see Ramakrishna's room, page 37. Do you know what? I went to Dakshineshwar when I was 14 years old, 1950. When I went there, I found the floor was red cement. Then came in 1955, that is the centenary of Dakshineshwar temple garden. In 1955, they removed that red cement and put the mosaic. You see, we do not have good historical sense, but they changed it everything, you know. Another thing I try to do that to take the reader's mind as back as possible during Sri Ramakrishna's time. Same thing come up with Jayarambaji, Hridaya's house. What is called Hridaya's house? What is that? 54. Amazing that you know what was in my mind. This is the wooden cot Sri Ramakrishna slept, that Sri Ramakrishna's handwriting. I wanted to see that some objects connected with Ramakrishna so that your mind will be connected. Then in page 55, 58, I liked it. This is the first Panchavuti tree picture we have, 1896. It was a deep jungle. 1896. Ramakrishna passed away 1886, just 10 years after this photograph was taken. I still remember in 1950 when I went, still there are so many lychee trees, mango trees, many fruit trees are in Dakshineshwar after Panchavuti, between Panchavuti and Beltala. This one I liked. This Panchavuti, that banyan tree is gone, dead. Even the pedestal, that Bedi, now flat, they removed it. It's a big mistake. One picture was taken by Swami in San Francisco, Chidrupananda in 1935. These two pictures, you remember, 60, 61, those who have these books, you take it to sunlight. Then you will see it is no more black and white. It has a color. And if you read the caption, you see, only photos will not work. Caption is very important. Listen, what I put it there. One day in the Panchavuti, the master bowed down to the spot where a branch of an old banyan tree had fallen. He said to him, I had so many divine visions here. Please bow down at this place. If you read these things and then you see this tree, immediately your mind will come, oh, then let me bow down to this place. How your mind will be connected with Sri Ramakrishna's talk. This one, Vivekananda reminisced, oh, what weird scenes, things bring before me the weirdest scenes of my whole life. Perfect silence, broken only by the cries of the jackals in the darkness under the great tree of Dakshineshwar. Night after night we sat there, the whole night through, and he, Ramakrishna, talked to me when I was a boy. You know, when you read the Swamiji is telling this thing to Sister Nivedita, his reminiscences of Dakshineshwar, how we passed our days with Ramakrishna at night. You know, so many memories will come to your mind. This bell tree is also gone. I took it in 1977. Where Sri Ramakrishna practiced his Tantra sadhana. This Ramalala, this image is gone. It is stolen from Dakshineshwar Sri Ramakrishna's temple. This 8 metal image played with Ramakrishna. In page 71, if you see this picture of Sri Ram, Holy Mother, I have the original, which was taken in November 1898. Original. From the original, without touch, we put this picture. Without touch. You can see his hair, face, so clear. Mother. And this is the Ujjayi seat where she sat during the sadhana. How she cooked under that staircase. This is the bamboo fence of Nahavat, through which she used to watch Sri Ramakrishna's singing and dancing in his room. There are so many things will come to your mind, and somebody says, how work and worship can go together? Swami, Madhavanandaji says, Mother showed it. How? She started cooking rice. To boil rice, it takes nearly 25 minutes to half an hour. That time she used to sit on the steps and repeat mantra. Then she started to cook dal. Dal takes half an hour to boil it. She let dal boil and she started to repeat her mantra. But she demonstrated how work and worship can go together. Those things you will find in this book. This is another thing I wanted to clear. Every morning, Sri Ramakrishna used to, it is page 76, Sri Ramakrishna's photo collections. Kali, Tara, Shodashi, Chaitanya, Buddha, all gods, goddesses, Budrubo, Prahlad, Ram, Krishna, Sri Ramakrishna's collections. He has his own museum, all his ones. He used to see and pray, and early in the morning he used to think of his disciples' welfare, creatures. So that your mind will go to Sri Ramakrishna's room. Oh, here is another thing. Sri Ramakrishna went to Banaras, and there was a famous musician, Mahesh Chandra Sarkar. He has a Rudra Veena. That original Veena is now in the Royal Museum in Banaras. I sent monks and they took the picture of this Veena. Sri Ramakrishna heard this Veena. Do you see this handle? It is in a silver case. This is Chaitanya's original wooden sandal. In 1960, when I went to Navadvip, I touched it on my head. Now they protected it with silver so that it will be protected. So many interesting things you will find in this book. You will find M's Mothur's wife's picture, Gopalarma's house picture. Oh, I put all highlights. The Sri Ramakrishna gave ochre cloth and rosary to Latu Maharaj. That original is in Benaras. Anyhow, you will get many things. And then I put mementos, the articles Ramakrishna used. That was, and I put 49 people, devotees, whom we read in the Gospel of Ramakrishna. I think 16 women and remaining men. those devotees' pictures, you will find that how they are came to Ramakrishna, how Ramakrishna transformed their lives. Of course, disciples, you know. Anyhow, oh my goodness, 1 hour is over. The great people, great thinkers of the world, what they say about Ramakrishna, great artists, what they do, painting and the sculpture about Ramakrishna. Then this is the picture, original picture, Holy Mother worship. It is in Udbodhar. Now they put it under the another picture because it was fading. This picture I took in 2004. This is the camera which took that Ramakrishna's picture. This is in Kashipur. Anyhow, you will see many things. This picture is in my room. I thought I should share my picture. That is the last picture. Sri Ramakrishna was Anande Fujifata, joy. Anyhow, this is the first Satsang. I told about these books. We have we have 7 copies, or 6 copies, or many copies are sold. So 7 copies are here. Usha also has some copies. Those who are interested can buy it. Anyhow, let me say a prayer. Om Stapakaya cha dharmaisa sarva dharma sarupine avatar varishta Ramakrishna te nama. I bow down to Sri Ramakrishna, who established the universal religion, who is the embodiment of all religions, and he is the foremost among the avatars. Om Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. Bas.
We usually have prasad here, but because of COVID, we're not having prasad here. We're giving packages to everybody.
Following guidelines to save and then save on your